This podcast takes a lot of effort, recording, researching, editing, and if you could support us by clicking on the show notes, support the show, it would very much help out. Thank you. The Chassid Reb Sholom Reb Hilel. The Frierdiker Rebbe writes, Harav Reb Sholom HaKoyim from Bishenkovich was called Reb Sholom Reb Hilel, not because he was a son of Reb Hillel Paritcher, rather it was because he was a Talmud Muvak of Rav Tzaddik Reb Hillel Paritcher. He had a store, he sold different merchandise in Bishenkovich. However, he let his wife run the store, and he would travel with Reb Hillel everywhere Reb Hillel would travel. The Frierdiker Rebbe once related that the Chassid Reb Hillel Paritcher didn't want that his Talmud, which was his own private kohen and his minyan, the Chassid Reb Sholom, who would join him in his trips, he didn't want that he should serve him because he's a kohen and he didn't want to use a kohen. However, since Reb Hillel knew that his Talmidim have a tremendous desire to serve him, Reb Hillel was very sorry about the fact that he's not letting his Chassid Reb Sholom serve him. And he told him once, in general, it's very hard for me to hold back a Yid from doing something that he has a pleasure doing. That's why I have a hard time holding you back from serving me. But I can't get myself to use a kohen who is designated to serve in the Beis HaMikdash, and it was commanded to bench Bnei Yisrael, that he should serve me. Another time the Frierdiker Rebbe related that Reb Hillel Paritcher once told the younger light, who were his Talmidim, that he had a Yechidus by the Tzemach Tzedek. And that during the Yechidus, he asked the Tzemach Tzedek, what's the difference between the Shabbos davening and the weekday davening? And the Tzemach Tzedek answered Reb Hillel, by a weekday davening, the feeling that you have after davening is like in Olam HaYetzirah. However, in the Shabbos davening, the feeling after davening is like in Olam HaBriya, which is a higher world. And Reb Hillel worked with his Talmidim, with his Yungalite, for 2 years, working on this Vart of the Tzemach Tzedek to implement it. And the Frierdiker Rebbe related that this specific story I actually heard from 3 different Chasidim who heard it from Reb Hillel. I heard it from Reb Gershon Ber Paharer, from Reb Sholom Reb Hilel, and from Reb Wolf. All 3 of them were Talmidim of Reb Hillel, and each one of them related the same story based on his style and his personality. Reb Gershon Ber Paharer was a big Amkan in Chassidus. He understood Chassidus very deeply, and he would speak very short. The Chassid Reb Sholom Reb Hillel was completely heart, was only heart, and therefore he wasn't able to give over the story exactly as it was. And the Chassid Reb Wolf, he was a completely different type. And from here, I heard the story with all of its details. Once, when Reb Hillel was traveling with his Talmud Reb Sholom, Reb Hillel stayed in a house of a certain local Jew, that this local Jew's house was in a property that belonged to a Paritz. The Paritz owned the land in the area. That Paritz had a Jewish manager, a Yid who managed his properties. When this Yid who managed the Paritz's properties heard that Reb Hillel came to the area, so he went to greet him. Reb Hillel was a famous tzaddik. So when the Jewish manager walked in, Reb Hillel picked up his eyes and he saw that the beard of this Jewish manager was trimmed a little bit. So Reb Hillel didn't continue to look at him, and he just answered him briefly in an uninterested voice and cut the conversation short. Later, when the Yid left, Reb Hillel told Reb Sholom Reb Hillel, that he should go to this Yid's house. And he told him, don't leave this Yid's house until it gives you a nice donation. So Reb Sholom wondered, didn't you notice that he left your room quite upset about the way you treated him? And I should ask him for a donation now? But Reb Hillel just repeated his instruction, go to him and don't leave until he gives you that donation. And he didn't explain. Okay, so Reb Sholom went to this Yid's house, to the manager. And when he walked in, he saw that this Yid is very bothered by his thoughts, and he's running back and forth in his house. And he didn't even notice that Reb Sholom Reb Hillel walked in. And this Yid was talking to himself, and he said, he knows that I could have ground him like dust and turned him into nothing. And still, he didn't take me seriously. Must be that he's a real tzaddik. That's what this Yid was saying about Reb Hillel, without noticing that Reb Sholom Reb Hillel was listening. When he came down a little bit, he finally noticed Reb Sholom Reb Hillel, and he asked him, what do you want? And Reb Sholom told him that he's asking for a donation. This Yid right away gave him a donation without hesitation. And a while later, when they visited again that area, they saw that this Yid became a completely different person, and eventually he became a Chassid. The Frierdiker Rebbe once related that Reb Nachman Mariashin was also a Talmid by Reb Hilel, and he was also a kohen that Reb Hilel used. And whenever Reb Hilel would go on the road, usually he would take with him Reb Sholom Reb Hilel as the kohen, but once he also took with him Reb Nachman. The evening, they reached a certain inn, so Reb Sholom Reb Hilel started to daven Ma'ariv, and his Ma'ariv took the whole entire night until it became light. So since it's light already, there's no point of going to sleep. So Reb Sholom started to prepare for Shachris. After a hachana, a preparation of an hour or more, he started Shachris, and that's how he davened the whole entire day. He reached Krishma and he said Shema Yisrael. It was already time for Mincha. The owner of the inn was a simple Yid, and when he walked in to daven Mincha, he came in for Mincha, he saw that Reb Sholom was still standing in the middle of Shachris. So he said, "What's with this Yid? Last night he davened Ma'ariv a whole night. Today he's davening the whole day. I'm not like that. I could say right away Shema Yisrael quickly. Why does he daven so long? Must be it's because he has a clogged head. He's a fool." When this simple Yid said it, that Reb Sholom has a clogged head, Reb Sholom already finished his davening, so he managed to hear it. And these words really shook him. He saw it as a sign from Shemayim. And afterwards, Reb Hilel said that the 3 years that Reb Sholom spent by me learning Chassidus didn't affect him as much as this saying of this simple Yid that he has a clogged head affected him. The Mashpia in Lubavitch, Reb Shmuel Groinam, once related that the Alter Rebbe said that just davening in a Chassidish shul could have a tremendous effect on you. Because when Chassidim daven in a shul, they think very holy thoughts about Yichud Elah, Yichud Atata, and these thoughts that the Chassidim have during davening stay in the air of the shul, and they don't go away. And any person who goes into the shul afterwards, those holy thoughts stick to him, and it affects his davening. So too, it's in regards to Limud Torah, that when somebody learns Torah with love and fear to Hashem, the holiness from it stays in the air. And the opposite is also true. When somebody thinks unholy thoughts in a certain location, it leaves an impression, it leaves a spiritual bad impression in that location. And somebody who is a real Oved Hashem is able to feel it. The tzaddik, Reb Hilel Paritcher, was able to feel any place that he came if there was any unholy thoughts that were thought in that location previously. And once, his Talmid, Reb Sholom Reb Hilel, built a new house. And in the new house that he built a special room, special for his Rebbe, Reb Hilel. And he made sure that nobody should enter the room, and nothing unholy should enter the room, so it stays pure. For when Reb Hilel Paritcher comes, it should be a pure air, holy air. Eventually, one day, Reb Hilel came to stay by him, and he went into the room, and he started to prepare for Mincha. But then he called out, "There are disgusting thoughts in here." So Reb Sholom wondered. He said, "I was very careful not to let anybody in." But then he remembered that a while ago, an officer in the army passed through the city, and he needed a place to stay, and he stayed in this room for over 24 hours. So it must be that those thoughts that officer in the army had left the impression in the room, and Reb Hilel felt it. In the year of Tafri Samach Beis, Reb Sholom, Reb Hilel, broke his foot, and since then he lied in bed with tremendous yisurim, tremendous suffering. And that went for a while. Throughout the whole entire illness that he had, he would chazer mishnayos balpeh the whole time, daven, barichus, tell Chassidish maises, sing nigunim, and all of that he did with tremendous passion and gishmak. And Rabbi Yoel Kahn's father, was present in Lubavitch then. He related all of that, and he said that when the Mashpia, Reb Shmuel Groinam, heard about it, he said, "Now I understand something." What do I understand? Reb Sholom was very devoted to his Rebbe, Reb Hilel. And once, Reb Sholom brought to his Rebbe, Reb Hilel, mishloach manos, that included a bottle of wine and an apple. So Reb Hilel asked him, why an apple? So Reb Sholom told him, apple in Lashon Kodesh is tepuach. Tepuach is Rosh Tevis, tegalun pisgamin v'seimrun chedusha. Meaning you should say words of Torah and say chidushim. And the conversation went on. And then Reb Sholom burst out crying, and he told Reb Hilel, in this world, I always come with you, everywhere you go. But who knows if in the next world, after 120, they would allow me to get close to you. So Reb Hilel asked him, what can I do for you then? So Reb Sholom asked Reb Hilel, I'm asking you for a promise that also in Gan Eden, I should be zoichet to hear from you, ma'amorim of Chassidus. Reb Hilel thought for a half an hour, and then he promised Reb Sholom that he should be zoichet to be with him in Gan Eden. And the Gerenim finished off saying, in the beginning, when I heard that, I couldn't understand it. I know Reb Sholom was a big chassid, but to be in the same chamber with Reb Hilel Parasher, how could it be? But now, when I see that it's been a few years that it's tremendous suffering, and throughout the whole entire time, instead of ecking and backing about his suffering, he's accepting it with so much ahava, and it's just davening and learning, and ignores all the suffering, now I understand why he deserves to be in Reb Hilel's chamber. We'll finish off with another Niggun of Reb Hilel Parasher. It's Niggun Lamed Ches in Sefer Niggunim. Some call it for some reason, I'm not sure why, Niggun Heicholois. We'll play it sung by our Chassid Reb Menachem Mendel Amar from Project Gaguim.
Yama